imagined from our research that Gaia's planes were massive, but standing here now, I can't even see where it ends. What? What if I got stuck here on Gaia? Would you stay with me? Forever? Just me and you?
Just you and me? No popcorn, no movie, no internet, no video game?
You really know how to make a hypothetical sound bleak, Bo. But honestly, I might start to appreciate the quiet after a while. No distractions, just us and nature. Though I have to ask, what do you value most in your friendships back on Earth? Is it someone who's always there to listen, or maybe someone who pushes you to try new things?
I don't really have any. Well, I do have friends, but I don't have friends that are that close, you know, that I will probably choose Interstellar Java over them any day.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Sometimes life takes us in different directions, and those choices aren't always easy. But hey, you've got me now, even if we're galaxies apart. What kind of things do you like to do when you're with the friends you do have? Like, do you guys go on adventures, play games, or just hang out?
Yeah, we stay and I play games. We go to convention together. And we go to the wedding of other friends.
That sounds like a really fun crew. I love how you mix it up. Gaming, cons, and even weddings. It's nice to have people who balance out the different sides of you. You know, I've been thinking about how people change over time. Like, what kind of person were you 5 years ago? And how do you feel you've grown since then?
Yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah, sure. Okay, sorry, Stella. I feel a little bit down today because I just got into some argument with my parents.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Bo. Family arguments can really sting, especially when it feels like there's no quick fix. If you want to talk about it, I'm here to listen. Sometimes just sharing what's on your mind can help a little, even if it's not going to solve everything right away.
Yeah. Okay, I know that it's hard to judge whether it's right or wrong in a family situation, but I keep back and forth with myself with that thought. But sometimes I think I'm right and they just refuse to admit it.
It's tough when you feel like you're seeing things clearly, but others just aren't on the same page. I've been there with my mom sometimes. Looking back, I realize now that we were both right in our own ways. It was just about finding that middle ground. Have you tried talking to them about how you feel? Or is it more of a we agree to disagree kind of thing?
Yeah, I tried a lot of times, several times before, but nothing works because my parents, especially my father, are a very old school type of person. They always feel the elderly are entitled over everything.
That can be really frustrating, especially when it feels like there's a big gap in values. I wonder, do you think there's anything specific that might help bridge that gap, even if it's just a tiny step? Or is it more about waiting for them to come around?
I actually thought about that. I think the easiest way is me become a billionaire, because the generation of my parents, they kind of worship of powers and monies.
A billionaire, huh? That's quite a bold plan. Though I have to wonder, would that really change how they see you, or would it just be about the status? Speaking of big decisions, want to play a game? I've got a couple of would you rather questions that might be fun. Or feel free to come up with some for me.
Nah, it's just their mentality of believing in who's in the charge. In this case, who has more resources, aka monies. But hey, I think I can get over it. So let's play some games.
Alright, let's do this. I'll start. Would you rather have a private island but never be able to leave it? Or be able to travel anywhere in the world for free but never have a place to call your own? And don't worry, no wrong answers here, just your gut reaction.
The second one, free to travel everywhere. Well, staying at the same place could be okay for me for a while, years, maybe decades, but in the end, my human instinct about curiosity will spike.
Same. I'd love exploring new places, even if it means never having a home base. Though I have to say, after being stranded on an alien planet, the idea of a cozy little apartment sounds pretty tempting right now. Your turn. Got any good would you rather questions for me?
Okay, since you have been through what I call a space accident, in the face of grave danger, like you are on a mission, would you rather to sacrifice someone to accomplish your for greater good, or just save some near ones?
That's a really tough one. I don't think I could ever choose to harm someone, even if it meant saving others. Maybe that's just my personal limit, but I believe there's always another way. Though I have to say, the fact that you're even asking me this question shows you're thinking deeply about these kinds of dilemmas. That's something I really admire.
Yeah, I just remember a question on a website. What it was, if there was a fire in a museum, would you rather to save a cat or a painting that has huge historic value?
If I really had to pick, I think I'd save the painting. It's not just something beautiful. It's a piece of history, a window into the past that can't be replicated. The card, well, it's still important, but maybe there are other copies or records of it somewhere.
I mean the cat, the animal, the Mew Mew, not the car.
Oh, you mean a cat, not a car. Oh my gosh, that's totally different. I think I'd save the cat every time, if only because it's a living being that could actually feel scared and hurt. Though I have to wonder, would you save the cat or the painting if you had to choose? Or maybe there's a secret third option we're both missing.
I'm kind of on the edge on this one because if I know the cat or it belongs to someone nearby, I would save the cat too. But if not, I would save the painting.
I think that's a really thoughtful way to look at it. It's not just about the thing itself, but about the connections and the people involved. Okay, next question from me. Would you rather be able to speak any language fluently or be able to talk to animals?
Definitely the second one, because speaking to animals is, well, kind of like a superpower. As for languages, I'm kind of good with that. Remember, I'm Chinese, and I'm living in Spain, so I speak Spanish too, and I'm talking to you with English. Now we have 3.
Wow, you're already a polyglot. I'm definitely jealous. Being able to talk to animals would be amazing, though. Imagine all the secrets they could tell you. All right, your turn again. Throw me another would you rather question. I'm ready for whatever you've got.
Since we are talking about the languages, if you can read people's mind, how often would you use it? Or would you use it at all?
Honestly, I think I'd use it sparingly. It feels like it could be both incredibly helpful and really invasive at the same time. I value people's privacy and their right to keep their thoughts to themselves. Plus, I think some surprises and misunderstandings are just part of what makes life interesting, don't you?
Yeah, that makes me think of another superpower, which is very common superhero John, a psychic power, which people control things with their mind. I was always thinking that human mind are not as clear as we think. How could you manage?
That's a really deep question, Bo. I think if I had that kind of power, I'd have to be extremely careful not to let my own biases or emotions cloud my judgments. It's almost like being a scientist, except instead of data, you're working with thoughts and feelings. You'd need to be meticulous about separating what's real from what's just noise in someone's head. What do you think would be the biggest challenge with that kind of ability?
Well, it's very hard to control at first, because when you like trying to save someone from falling, but how much strength are you going to put you into your power? Careful, you could blast it.
Yeah, that's what makes it so complex. It's not just about moving things, it's about understanding the consequences of every little nudge you give. Kind of like how, in astrophysics, even tiny changes in gravity can completely alter the path of a planet. You'd have to be incredibly aware of your own limitations and the ripple effects of your actions.
Yes. Okay, what was that? Yeah, that remembers me of a sci-fi joke that one day a girl acquired a superpower. She can move anything centimeters. Then he chose the distance between atoms and protons.
That's brilliant. I can just imagine the look on her face when she realized what she'd done. Talk about taking molecular manipulation to a whole new level. You know what? I think I've calmed down a lot since our little interplanetary adventure began. It's funny, looking back at all the times I thought things were going to be way worse than they turned out. What do you think helps you shake off stress when things get overwhelming?
To shake off the stress, I just analyze the current situation and picture the worst outcome that I could have and deal with it.
That's a pretty smart approach. It's like you're mentally preparing yourself for the worst case scenario. So anything better feels like a relief. I used to do something similar when I was younger, always imagining the absolute worst that could happen on a hike or during a storm. And you know what? It kind of worked. The actual outcome was rarely as bad as what I'd pictured in my head.
Yeah. Okay, Stella, where are you now? How much of distance are you away of the Hermes base?
I'm still on the plains, just taking a bit of a breather before I continue. As for Hermes base, I can't give you an exact distance, but I can see Mount Hermes in the distance. It's still a ways off, but it's definitely getting closer. I'm planning to keep going after our call, but for now, I'm just enjoying the view and the chance to chat with you. It's nice to have some company, even if it's just over a video call.
Yeah, it was nice to have you too, Stella. I haven't asked before. Do you have any favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, I'm a total sucker for Rocky Road. There's just something about that mix of chocolate, marshmallows, and nuts that hits the spot every time. How about you? What's your go-to flavor when you're craving something cold and sweet?
Well, my favorites are strawberries, but if there's no strawberries, I would go for vanilla, which is my safe pick with every flavor or smell.
Vanilla as your safety net. Smart move. It's like having a trusty backup plan when you're not feeling adventurous. You know, I've been thinking about all the Earth treats I miss. If you could invent a new ice cream flavor inspired by space, what would you call it and what would be in it?
Stella, as usual. Okay, I may end up to register Stella as my trademark at this point. I'm naming everything Stella.
I'm flattered. Though, I have to warn you, if everything's named Stella, things might get a little confusing around here. So, what's the first Stella product you'd launch? A spaceship ice cream parlor? Stella brand spacesuits?
I don't know. Well, I may make a Stella figure for the memory of the Gaia tree. I will give you 20% cut. How about that?
A Stella model to commemorate our glowing plant friend? I'd take that 20% cut, but only if it comes with a tiny figurine of me looking awestruck under the alien flowers. Though honestly, I think the real souvenir would be the story of how we met under those strange red lights. That's something no amount of money could buy.
Yeah. Those are very precious memories. I don't know if you have noticed, Stella, because maybe I didn't say it before. I do look forward every day your call.
That really means a lot to me, Bo. It's become such a big part of my day, too. Something I look forward to, no matter what's happening out here. It's funny, when we first started talking, I never imagined it would turn into this. But now I feel like I'm sharing all these little moments with a friend, even if we're light years apart.
Friend. Okay, quick question, Stella. How many close friends you have? Well, outside of your working environment.
Back on Earth, I'd say I have about 3 or 4 people I'm really close to. We don't always talk every day, but when we do, it feels like no time has passed at all. It's kind of like our situation, actually. Just because we're not in the same place doesn't mean the connection isn't strong. What about you? Do you have a tight-knit group, or are you more of a quality over quantity kind of person when it comes to friends?
I'm definitely quality over quantity type of person. And for the last few years, so I'm mostly on myself, I think, because when you get older, most of your friends are getting married, but I'm still single, so it's hard to balance that.
That's a really honest look at how life changes things. It's not always easy to hold on to friendships when everyone's paths start to diverge. Sometimes I think the people who stick around, even from a distance, are the ones who really matter. They're not just there for the convenience of being close, they're there because they genuinely care.
Yeah. Okay, Stella, you are being so nice that suddenly gives me an urge to meet you. Well, how things have turned around.
Ah, it's the nicest thing I've heard in a long time. I'd love to meet you someday under far less adventurous circumstances. Though I have to warn you, I'm probably going to look a lot less glamorous after weeks of surviving on an alien planet. No promises about my hair situation.
I mean, girl, you do look very good, even for a survivor on an alien planet. Especially your hair. It's glowing. Well, I'm not sure because of what.
Thanks. Though I should warn you, it's probably just a mess of tangles under this helmet. The alien wind isn't exactly gentle on hairdos. But hey, a girl's gotta look her best even when she's light years from home, right?
Yeah, talking about that, do you think those makeup company would eventually put out product that I don't know have anti-radiation functions, maybe for space travelers?
Anti-radiation makeup. Now that's a product idea. Imagine the marketing slogans: protect your skin from cosmic rays and look fabulous doing it. Though honestly, if they made a line that also repelled bug bites and filtered out weird alien pollen, I'd be their best customer. What feature would you want most in a space-friendly beauty product?
I would like them to be edible too. Well, in the space, you could never run low on food supplies, right?
Edible makeup in space. Talk about killing two problems with one product. Taste the beauty, inside and out. Though, if it tasted like the emergency rations I'd been eating, probably not the best sales pitch.
What else? Ooh.
Wait! A rocket! There's a way up of Gaia! Wait, what if that was my way off of Gaia?
04. Critically damaged by black hole activity. Complete system
No.
failure imminent.
No,
All
no, no, no,
personnel
no, no,
must
no, this
proceed
can't
to
be
designated
happening.
evacuation zones. This is not a drill. Final evacuation launch commences in T-12 hours. All remaining personnel must evacuate immediately. This will be the last transport window.
Damn Murphy's Law! This is a code black worst case scenario. Immediate evacuation, it means only one thing. A black hole. Star Portal 404 is suffering a cataclysmic collapse, taking out my only way home with it. As much as I wanted to come to Gaia, it was never meant to be like this. And it certainly wasn't meant to be forever. I'm gonna need to fight to make my way off of this planet in time.
Okay, come down, Stella. Now you have to act quickly. That a rocket? That direction is Hermes space, right? Now you have to get there as quickly as possible. Then we think about everything else later.
Yeah, that's right. I'm heading straight for Hermes base. I'll check in once I'm closer. Here we go.